If you're wanting to add park capacity, you're gonna have to do it while it's park season, because that's prime building season.
And actually, the West Side Park improvements aren't included in the 2015
They're
budget.
not?
That was an initiative to start, in other words, if you're in agreement, we need to start planning. The debt service won't start on that until 2016 at the earliest.
2016.
And it's
So,
not,
it would,
and we weren't paying cash for that. We were
the only thing that was happening in 2015 for CIP was the aquatic center, because if you're gonna do it, you have to do it when the pool closes now, or it won't be ready for next year.
That's correct.
So that's the only thing that was included for 15. All other CIP projects are 2016 or beyond,
Is this 2014, 15,
Yes,
over
sir.
the winter months?
Which, the
This
pool,
This coming winter?
it would be as soon as the pool closes. Because the planning needs, I mean, we're kind of already planning, so, because you identified it as a priority project. So if you want to change your mind, that's fine. All of this budget has been built at your direction. You are welcome to change it.
So, I'll give you my opinion on some of these studies, mainly all of them. I am not personally, I'm not a proponent of paying a consultant to come in and tell us something we already know. I think that if the park maintenance plan is something like that, I think the 175th Street and I-35 infrastructure study, although Brian did say that he felt some of that cost would be offset with anything that we implemented, so I'm better with that one. The incentive strategy, park maintenance building, facility needs study, my opinion, facility needs, we talked about the police department, things like that. We know that stuff. We know something has to be done. And so I would rather spend that money doing something than paying somebody to come in and tell us what we already know. And that's my opinion.
I agree with that.
Well, so, and there again, and honestly, I'm trying to let this be a free-flowing conversation, but at some point, we're gonna have to take an orderly stroll down this list. And you know, if it pleases the council, wouldn't mind doing some of that right now, and if we've got discussion items on some of these things, then we can talk about it when we hit that, and then we will forget about it and move on to the next.
Sure. Let's do it.
So, downtown district plan, this is something we were already talking about it. Who is in favor of doing the downtown district plan? Steve?
My question is, this is already in the 2014 budget, is it not?
Yes.
This will be,
We don't have to do it.
Yeah, but it's not gonna affect 2015.
Anything you do now, increase, so if you cut things out now, your
Okay.
fund balance will increase, giving you more cushion to reduce the mill levy, but you're still talking of, these are one-time expenditures.
I agree. And
So
12 months
we're
from now,
still
we'll be
walking a line
reevaluating.
here.
12
Well-
months from now, we're gonna be reevaluating.
So we have the Department of Transportation Secretary come in, we have a CPAC and a comprehensive plan put together. This is meant to build on those two items. Do you want to see this in there, or don't you want to see that in there? That's where we're at.
If it means that, we can give some money back to our citizens.
I think what we're looking for is do you want to see this in there, or don't you?
No.
So that's one for no. Christina?
No.
Okay. Larry?
no.
Jim? And that's consensus.
You
Okay.
disagree, I guess.
Well, yeah, obviously I disagree, but it's three people, so at this point, I'm frustrated because these were the conversations
That we've had in April and May and June. And July.
We have had the conversations, but we didn't have specifics, and
That's right.
had the conversations, but we didn't have specifics, and
That's right.
honestly, I have been sending emails about these plans specifically, so, we can say that we haven't, but we budgeted promote economic development and those, we didn't know the specific items that were gonna be taken until recently.
Okay.
So,
175th Street and I-35 infrastructure study. Tori?
Is this the one that we're gonna get matching funds? I don't wanna throw
No.
money away. Okay.
Wait a minute, I thought it was.
no, Brian
175th
did
Street
say
and
that he thought
I-35
some of the work that would be done would,
Brian, would you like to
yeah.
speak to what Christie's talking about? This is at 175th Street and I-35, it's on the east side of I-35.
So we're looking at a number of components for that. There's a water, a wastewater, and a transportation component. We actually can't serve that area with water, because that's actually reserved for Water 7. But we need an interconnect, and what we can do with the interconnect then is we can then sell water to number 7. So we have some ways to get some funding back on that. But the study itself, we're looking at low, medium, and high density development in that area, and what the infrastructure needs are. We're working with Johnson County Wastewater and the City of Olathe with that also.
Is there a reason that you're suggesting that we do this study as opposed to staff undertaking?
It's a real, a very time-consuming process to do it ourselves. If we hired a consultant, they'd have the expertise in the different levels of density that we'd be looking at. They'd be able to coordinate with Olathe and Johnson County Wastewater and look at a number of options. I mean, we can do some of that. It's pushing our capacity though.
Can you remind us do you know approximately how much that study was? I can't remember.
Where is that in here? Is that in this book?
Yes.
Where at?
Laura will tell you in a second, but that's 50,000.
It's built into the line items for contractual services. Right.
Corey?
But I mean, there's not even a list a price list here, what we're.
But we have had that before.
Yeah, but I mean,
We had all this
there's a lot of
information.
numbers here. So you're saying it's built in, wait a second, it's built in where? Which page
Actually,
number?
you know what, when we get to you, you can ask.
What's the-
Larry, when we get to you, you can ask.
Okay, I will
Sorry.
say, I feel that's a very important area, however, we don't even really have, I know we have to be ready for the development, but I'm gonna say no right now, because I don't think we're even, there's a lot of stuff that staff can do before we're ready for the study, I think. So I'm gonna say no, or remove it, is that what I'm supposed to say? What's the, I don't
So
know.
that's no.
What is, no?
Okay. Keith?
Again, I support the same piece. It's the overriding theme we get every time, and since I've been paying attention to City Council, we need better economic development. We need to broaden the tax base. These are the steps that you put in place to do so absolutely I support it, because that's, for a big box, for high density, absolutely the most logical place for that to be developed, and for us to be able to plug and play and look at what the cost would be to do that is going to make it more attractive from a developer's perspective.
Steve?
Whoa, wait a second. What happened?
I'm coming to you last.
No, you went.
Actually, I'm coming to him last. If it's okay with you, I'll chair the meeting. Thanks.
Wow.
You have ADHD
You know,
or something here?
You know, I've got a method to my madness, and I seem to think that you seem to think you have a method to your madness
All right,
too.
well,
Steve.
Linear
I'll be-
thought, I guess, is what
I'll be honest, I think that a 175th and I-35 infrastructure assessment needs to be done, but I don't think it needs to be done for $50,000 with an outside contractor, so I'm gonna say no.
Christina?
No.
All right, we have consensus on that one. We have consensus on that one. Marketing and rebranding, I wanna say this was
This is my.
35,000?
50.
Oh, it was 50? Okay.
Where is that in this price list?
We're working our way down, we'll get to you.
I know,
And
but I
you'll
can
have an
answer.
opportunity to ask this question.
Yep.
Each time, in June, in July, and July.
I can't remember all that. Where is it in this document? It's
I mean,
listed right
actually, all
here.
this stuff was in documents that have already been provided.
No one even knew the 50,000 a minute ago. Where is this price? I'd
I
like to
know.
know what we're buying
I know that, I
and what
know.
we're getting for it. We get
Actually,
3 bullets and a sentence here and no price.
because we, 4 out of 5 council members, voted to do priority-based budgeting, which we made this decision earlier in the budget process. So, marketing and rebranding, Christina?
No.
No? Larry?
No.
Keith?
This is the one item I thought that maybe could have been done in a different manner, so this is the one thing I thought was an unnecessary expense for the year.
So that's 3.
Did we miss the facility needs study? Is that one out?
No, we haven't got there yet. but-
Okay, sorry. Okay.
But I am not hopeful. parks maintenance